welcome to the mathematics in my channel. Today we are going to discuss about differentiation, and this is the first lecture. Today we are going to talk power rule of differentiation. So if we take the derivative of x to the n, we know this is the power rule, and this n we can write in front of the x, so nx. Now reduce this power by 1, so nx n minus 1. Okay, this is the power rule of differentiation. So now if we take some examples, so first I'm going to take derivative of x square. So now we can apply power rule. So we know this 2, we can write here this place and here x. Now power reduced by 1, so 2 minus 1. So now we know this is equal to 2 times x. Okay, then second example, if we take the derivative of x. Okay, now we know x means, we know here we have 1 power, so we can write now 1 times x raised to the 1 minus 1. Now we know 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, and anything raised to the 0 we know 1. So the differentiation of x, derivative of x, is equal to 1. Okay, then example number 3, if we take derivative of x to the third power x cube, we know this is equal to now 3 times x square. Okay, then example number 4, the derivative of x raised to the 1.7. So now we know 1.7 x raised to the 1.7 minus 1, so 0.7. Okay, example number 5, y is equal to x raised to the minus 5. Then we should find dy by dx. Okay, now we know dy by dx is equal to, now minus 5 we can write in front of x, so minus 5 times x to the minus 5 minus 1, so minus 6. Okay, next example, example number 6, derivative of square root of x. Okay, now we know we can write this is equal to the square root of x, we can write x to the 1/2. Okay, then we can apply power rule, so this 1/2 we can write here, and x to the now 1/2 minus 1. So now we know 1 over here 2. Now here x to the 1/2 minus 1, we know x to the minus 1/2. So x to the minus 1/2 we can write in the denominator, x to the 1/2. X to the 1/2 we know the square root of x. Okay, then example number 7, if we take y is equal to x to the 1/3. So we know dy by dx is equal to 1/3 x to the 1/3 minus 1. 1/3 minus 1, we know minus 2 over 3. Now we can simplify, this is equal to 1 over 3 times x to the 2 over 3. Okay, I think now we know what is the power rule. Okay, then we have to another important fact. So if we have constant times function, so how to differentiate? Okay, first rewrite this constant and then take derivative of function. Okay, now we know this is another important fact. So now if we take examples, so example number 1, d by dx 3 times x. Now here 3 is a constant, so we can write here 3. Now derivative of x we know 1, so this is equal to 3. Okay, then example number 2, derivative of 5 times x to the 8. So we can write now 5 times here 8, so 40 times x to the 7. Okay, this is the answer. Then example number 3, derivative of 9 times x to the minus 5. So we can write now minus 5 times 9 minus 45 x raised to the minus 5 minus 1 we know minus 6. Okay, then example number 4, if we take the derivative of 4 times x to the minus 2, so we can write minus 2 times 4, so minus 8 x to the minus 3. Well, then we have to learn another important fact. So if we take the derivative of f of x plus or minus g of x plus or minus h of x, so now we can differentiate separately. So we can take d by dx f of x plus or minus d by dx g of x plus or minus d by dx h of x. Okay, now this is another important fact in differentiation. So now if we take some examples, so example number 1, now we have to differentiate 3 times x square plus 5 times x. Okay, then here we can write now this is equal to d by dx 3 times x square plus d by dx 5 times x. Okay, then we know derivative of 3 times x square 6 times x plus now 5 times x, so 5. Okay, this is the answer. And second example, if we take d by dx x to the third power plus 7. Now we know first differentiate first part x cube, so we know 3 times x square, then differentiate second term, so derivative of constant we know 0, so the answer is 3 times x square. Well, now example number 3, if we take d by dx 3 times x to the third power minus 5 times x plus 8. Okay, now we know here 3 times 3 9 times x square minus 5 times x, so derivative of x we know 1, so minus 5 plus 0, because derivative of constant we know 0. Okay, now example number 4, sorry, d by dx here 8 times x square plus 3 times x plus 3 times square root of x. Okay, then we know this is equal to now 3 here 2, so 6 times x plus derivative of x we know 1, so 3 here 3 Now derivative of square root of x. Now we know square root function, 1 over 2 times square root of x. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, now if we take another example, so if we take d by dx minus x to the 1/2 plus 5 times x plus 3. Okay, now we can differentiate. Now we know here minus sign, so keep minus sign, rewrite minus sign, and here x to the 1/2 we know square root of x, so we know 1 over 2 times square root of x plus here 5 times derivative of x we know 1, so 5 plus derivative of 3, derivative of constant we know 0, so the answer is minus 1 over 2 times the square root of x plus 5. Okay, now today we are discussed about power rule and some important facts. Okay, in next video I'm going to discuss about quotient rule and product rule. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.